Hey everybody, week 54 on the Real DVD Watchers. I am back again this week to do a review of Park Chan-wook's third entry to his Vengeance trilogy, Lady Vengeance, or Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the actual Korean title. So yeah, basically Park Chan-wook's Vengeance trilogy, if you're not clued in, is incredible. Check it out if you haven't seen it or heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, it consists of 3 films: Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Old Boy, the most famous of the trilogy, and Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, or Lady Vengeance, which is what I'm reviewing today. This stars Young Ai Lee, I'm saying that wrong, Min Sik Choi, who was the main character from Old Boy, or Dae-soo. There are a lot of people from that I recognise from Old Boy and a few other things. I think I recognise someone from Memories of Murder as well. I'm not too sure if it's the same person, but yeah. Basically, the plot of I won't give too much away, but the plot of Lady Vengeance is a woman is sent to prison. She's convicted of the kidnap and murder of a 6-year-old boy. She's sent to prison. Everyone says she's really kind-hearted, and they all wonder why she did it and everything. And yeah, I won't ruin too much about that. And then she's let out, and she tries to fix her life back up and tries to get back with everybody who she once knew. And also her daughter, she tries to find love as well, and in typical Park Chan-wook style, a lot of surreal elements. They all seem to work, but at one point, this is one of the only criticisms I have about the film. At one point, I was just sat there thinking, well, come on, we've had enough of the really quirky, surreal elements. Throw some more story in there. Then he did, so I was happy about that, and there were a lot of scenes that seemed to drag on for a while, but then I realised that they weren't actually that long, which I don't know if that might be a bit of a worry. But yeah, it's definitely still really good. I personally love Park Chan-wook. I love everything I've seen of his. I'd say Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is my favourite, even though all the hype surrounding Old Boy. I still love Old Boy, but I'm gonna rewatch Sympathy again, and then rewatch Old Boy, because I'm gonna watch the entire Vengeance trilogy again. It's gonna be in a weird order, but they don't follow on properly. So yeah, that's another thing as well. If you're gonna watch the Vengeance trilogy for the first time, it doesn't really matter that much if you watch it out of order. I didn't. I watched Old Boy, then Sympathy, then Lady, so I didn't really mind. And I got them all, and I really liked them. And if you're wondering, the reason I'm not holding up a case or anything is because I watched it on TV, so I don't have it on DVD. Yeah. Park Chan-wook is incredible to me. I'll go back to that now. I really like everything he's done that I've seen anyway. I even really liked I'm a Cyborg, but that's okay. A lot of people hated that film. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was a really fun film, really nice film to watch, and it was really refreshing. It made me feel quite happy. I also love Old Boy. I've just said, but that deserves a proper review at some point. I'm going to review the entire trilogy at some point. I haven't seen Three Extremes. A lot of people say it's really good. A lot of people say it's bad. I'm not too sure, but I'm definitely going to watch it at some point. And Thirst, there's no words to describe how much I'm anticipating Thirst and how much I want to see it. But yeah, back to Lady Vengeance. Basically, there are a lot of elements to this film that people are going to find really disturbing, and I myself, who I've seen a lot of films that people find disturbing, and I'm not numbed to disturbing content. It's just that it doesn't really make me want to turn a film off just because it's a bit disturbing or hard to watch, because I love those types of films for some reason. It's strange that, because I love really depressing and films that just make you feel like shit afterwards, which this doesn't really make you feel like shit afterwards because the ending's pretty uplifting, but it it makes you feel a bit weird because of some of the stuff that's in it. And my other favorite kind of film is really uplifting films like Amelie and things that make me feel happy, like I'm a Cyborg, for example. Um, yeah, it's very taut, it's very intense, and it is it it's violent in the way Park Chan Wook does, and it's not like torture porn violent, although there is a lot of torture in the film. It's not exactly like show everything. It shows enough. It shows all that needs to be shown to get a rise out the audience. Sometimes it shows a lot with some of the stuff that it does, and sometimes it doesn't show it a lot at all, and it works either way. And he uses the exact right way of handling stuff at the exact right times. And I found myself laughing quite a lot at one particular scene. I won't ruin too much of the setup around it, but anybody who's seen it knows exactly what happens, like close to the end in like the third act. And it's when there's like a row of people. I won't tell you who the people are because that will ruin the ending. It's like a row of people waiting to go into somewhere, and they all have like weapons and stuff. And like everyone's holding like big massive butcher's knives and like a massive knives and stuff and like ice picks. And then there's someone sat there with like a little iron bar with thread on the top, and someone's just like, "Are you sure when I'm finished you can have my knife if you want?" And then he just pulls this massive axe head out and screws it on the top, and he's like, "No, I think I'll be fine." And that just made me laugh like you wouldn't believe. There's a lot of really funny parts to this film, and there's a lot of quite sick parts to this film as well. And it is hard to watch, but it it's handled so well that it makes up for it all, and it makes it easy to watch in a way as well, because the cinematography is probably the best bit of this film, and everything else is great, and the acting is incredible. The cinematography though, it's out of this world, and I really got the mirror between that and her character, and she was like how she was like really happy and wanted to see everything pretty all the time, and then when she turned and became really violent, the camera started like moving about all over the place, and it was really shaky at some point, and it really worked. It worked very well, and I haven't seen that kind of mirror between cinematography and what's happening on screen before. Well, a lot anyway, and it's just brilliant. Seriously, if you like Old Boy, then you should at least like this. I loved this. Seriously, a lot of people didn't really like this. A lot of people thought it was so, but I can see where them people are coming from. But I loved it. Seriously, I had seen it before. I watched it last night. I hadn't seen it in a long time though, and I couldn't really remember much of it. And I'm glad I watched it last night because it is fantastic. I give this an 8 out of 10. Second viewing, it could be higher, it could be lower, whatever. I'm gonna watch it again. Well, third viewing really, but second proper viewing. I'm gonna watch it again at some point. I'm definitely gonna buy it when I have money. So yeah, I want to get the Blu-ray as well. There's also a fade to black and white version, which I really want to see because the color kind of degrades like gradually throughout the film. With with I don't know what it means. I'll have to watch it like that and find out what it means. I'll probably do like a review of that if I do see it, which I'm gonna try my hardest to see it at some point. The next time I watch it, it'll probably be like that. And yeah, I loved it. Thanks for watching. See you all next week. Goodbye.